Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Steven here today, or SuperBruce91, and today I'm playing some domination on the map Drone using the Scar H. But today is my second Tip Tuesday, and I almost forgot today, but it's right now about 6 o'clock in the evening, so let's make this real quick. So, here are my tips for today. These apply for all game modes. These are just going to be general tips, not for any specific game type or game mode. So, here we go. Let's get right into the commentary. So, my first major tip that I can use for you guys is what I do a lot in Call of Duty. You'll probably notice it every once in a while, but it's called pre-firing, and that's pretty much when you are rounding a corner where you know an enemy is. You just want to keep on continuing to fire your shots off before they can even see you, because when your enemy's going to be rounding the corner, most of the time they're not going to be shooting at you until they see you. But if you're shooting at them before they see you, then you're going to have the advantage, and you're going to be able to get a few extra shots off on them before they can even think about shooting their gun. So you can get an easy kill off of that. This is mainly effective when you know somebody's there, like when you have a UAV up or an orbital VSAT. But I can't really advise just running around corners like with an unsuppressed gun and just firing and hoping that you'll find somebody, because most of the time it's not going to work. So that moves me on to my next little tip that I can give you guys, and that is burst firing. You'll see it in this gameplay actually quite often with the Scar H. This is one of the guns where it has a lot of kick to it. So at longer ranges, you don't want to fire fully automatic because it'll just burn through your ammunition for one, and you're going to be extremely inaccurate. With certain guns that have higher amounts of kick or higher damage, you can burst fire with them and they'll still be very accurate. But for guns like the Scar H, burst firing is actually very effective because of its power and its damage. I can't recommend burst firing with something like an SMG, like an MSMC from far away, because that gun does not have enough firing damage or bullet damage so like you can just get off 5 or 6 shots at long range. I only recommend burst firing at long ranges with powerful weapons like the Scar H or an LMG of any sort of that type. So burst firing with anything like an assault rifle or an LMG, I say, is very effective. SMGs, I'm not exactly sure those work very well with burst firing. And if you know that you actually can't beat somebody in a gunfight because you have a weak SMG at long range, and you know if they see you, I recommend that you just back away and just completely forget about that player, because trying to confront somebody like a sniper with an SMG from long range is not a very good idea. So make sure that you're being smart. Like if you see like their, I guess you could say, their clothing that they're wearing, like the sniper or like the type of person that they are, you'll recognize what type of gun they're using just solely by their clothing. So make sure, like if you see a suit, a ghillie suit, or like a hood or something like that, make sure you identify that those are snipers or somebody with an LMG, because those are the people that kill you at longer ranges, and you don't want to be taken off guard by their weapon type. Also, make sure you guys have good class setups. When you're going into a match or a game, you want to have a mindset of which class you're going to be using for what reasons. You want to have a plan on where to go in the map and what your goal is in the map. Are you going to triple cap them or whatever? I mean, are you going to go for kills? Whatever the case may be, depending on the map, if it's a smaller map, you want to use something that you can move around quick with, like a submachine gun. If it's a longer range map, you're going to be considering assault rifles and things like LMGs, because those work at longer ranges. Just make sure you guys have an idea of what you want to use in a certain type of map, like Drone, for instance. I mean, this map can go either way. You can kind of rush in this map, but this map does have a lot of long range engagements, so the Scar H was a good option for me, and I actually did decently. So just make sure you guys are aware of what map you're playing on and what works on what type of map, because things like SMGs on something like Turbine, that's not going to work. You have to have good map identification, and you have to have an idea of what guns work on what maps. And that will get you a lot of better gameplays, because certain maps only appeal to certain types of weapons. And one of my more final tips that I can give you guys for this week's Tip Tuesdays is have good map awareness. This is honestly probably the biggest tip that I can give anybody. You don't have to be the best Call of Duty player in the world to be good. All you really have to do is just be smart with your minimap. You don't want to be staring at your minimap the entire game, but you know, if you do use it properly, you can pretty much outmaneuver your enemies. If you see a red dot on the map or you have a VSAT up, you have to be able to know how to get yourself around the map safely and know how to kill enemies when they don't see you, because the less times that they see you, that's going to give you the upper hand and just get you free kills. So being able to maneuver the map easily and I guess you could say carefree and get a few kills easily off of unsuspecting victims, that will get you a lot of score streaks and get you good gameplays. So use your map properly and you'll do very well. And this is a very big tip, okay? This is going to be my final tip for today, but let me tell you guys, don't pull up the scoreboard very much. This is a very obvious one, but yet we all do it, and pulling up the scoreboard will get you killed. It gets me killed all the time. Just don't like have that compulsion to check your score after every damn kill that you get, because I do that a lot too. But it gets me killed a lot, and it's very frustrating when you die because you check the scoreboard, and you're pretty much blinded when you check the scoreboard. So if you're gonna do that, take a time to sit in a corner and just check it real quick where it's safe, and not in the middle of nowhere where you can just get shot out of nowhere from. So that concludes today's Tip Tuesdays. If you did enjoy Tip Tuesdays, make sure you leave a like rating so I can continue the series. And I thank every one of you for watching. I'll see you guys later.
Bravo. Securing Charlie. Friendly Hellstorm missile inbound.